What is your name?
Kazu Watanabe, or Kazuaki Francisco Watanabe.
What's your favorite color?
Blue,
What kind of blue?
all kinds of blue.
Have you read Bluettes by Maggie Nelson?
No.
I recommend that book. It's about falling in love with the color blue.
Okay.
Have you seen Blue by Derek Jarman?
Yes. Any more blue questions? The thing about the church is that it defines everything about you, or it can, and it did to me, so that I had no practical understanding of the world, and neither did my parents. And down to the very rudimentary, fundamental basics of knowing how to live, like how to manage a budget, how to pay taxes, how to live and survive in this world and contribute to it in any way. So my life purpose has always been defined by the church, which is basically absolute filial piety and duty to the Messiah and to my parents. I had no practical sense of what I was supposed to do, and I didn't care. I was part of a holy mission, so to speak. They were outsiders. They were busy doing all these things that they thought that had value, which meant nothing ultimately.
My name is Abigail, or Abby Sayre.
What's your favorite color?
Um, Pink, I think. There are a lot of expectations both on like a daily, weekly, monthly, everyday life basis and on like a grander sort of cosmic scale, right? So on the day-to-day basis, you might be expected to like get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and read spiritual books, you know, and sort of read the words of Reverend Moon so you can like live with them throughout the day. It would be an expectation that you would go to church every Sunday, that you would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning on Sundays and go through a ceremony of bowing down to this picture and reciting prayers and, you know, I was expected to, you know, go to summer camp and be a group leader and teach my younger brothers and sisters, you know, the things that I knew and to give testimony about my relationship with God and talk about that in front of rooms full of people. I was expected to remain a virgin until marriage. I was expected to have an arranged marriage, have children. You know, it's definitely not a choice not to have children, which was another incredible, like, bombshell revelation to me as a young woman. I was like, oh my God, this is a choice. Like, I don't have to do that. It was pretty mind blowing. And you're expected to like do God's will and sort of like restore the earth to its original glory before it was put asunder by Adam and Eve and all the, you know.
Of course, you know, as I started leaving the church and had to figure out how to live on my own, it was like really like starting from a blank slate. And I didn't have parents that could give me guidance because they have no idea what the fuck. You know, they were always, there's a degree of gullibility to allow yourself to be, I shouldn't say that. There's a degree of gullibility for them, which I think allowed them to be manipulated into this church, but which also allowed them to be exploited financially. They signed up for so many church pyramid schemes. They gave away so much money. So I had no idea how to practically live. Existentially, it was a complete void. It was a complete lack of understanding of myself or what I should be doing. I was always a little spacey, you know, and didn't have concrete interests. I liked artistic things, but not in any concrete way. So it didn't lend themselves towards any career path necessarily. My father was an artist who painted paintings and sold them basically only to church members. So it's like a fake job, and that was my frame of reference for a career. I had a complete crisis of existential crisis of purpose of life. I didn't know what it was, and I, in many ways, still don't.
What is the last thing that you remember thinking and feeling as a true believer in the Unification Church?
That's a good question. Probably something sad. Like, I just remember feeling really, really sad a lot of the time. Whether you're sad about the fact that you've broken God's heart and you've sinned and you've done something so awful that it's caused pain, or whether you're sad that you feel like the church. I'm sure I felt at some time that the church wasn't living up to its ideals, so I was sad about that. And probably in time I was also just really deep, like, I don't know. I remember the last time that I really truly believed it when I got my heart completely broken. So I just remember feeling like I'm tired of feeling this way. But I definitely still believed at that point. So I just knew I was tired.
My name is Mitchell Ildo Hankin. This is a question I only think about when people ask me what my favorite color is, like, when I'm asked it. And I honestly don't know, because I don't think about it otherwise. I love a lot of colors. The brighter and more fantastical, the better. I honestly don't know when I left, because it was such a slow process. I assume I left when I left New York, but I think bits and pieces of it are still stuck to the bottom of my shoes. It still, like, pops up in my head every once in a while, like, just a constant emptiness that I'm still trying to find a place something to fill that God hole. Like, I found me, and me is great, and it is big, and a lot of the time it does feel fulfilling, but it's a process trying to find solace in the emptiness. And I do I built myself up, and what I do, I did because of me, and what I do for me. But it's weird having all the answers and then not.